In the United States, you have two identities. The first one is printed on your driver's license. It tells the world your name, your height, and where you live. But the second one is far more powerful. It's a 3-digit number hidden inside your Social Security file called your credit score, Logic Check. Most of you treat this number like a mystery, or worse, like a grade of your moral character. You think if you pay your bills on time, you're a good person and the system will reward you. Stop. The system doesn't have a soul. The system only cares about one thing. How profitable are you as a product? If your score is 620, you are a high-yield asset for the bank. They love you because they can charge you 8% on a mortgage and 29% on a credit card. You are the fuel for their profit engine. But if your score is 800, you have effectively hacked the system. You get the cheapest money on the planet, and the bank barely makes a dime off you. Today, I'm stripping away the mystery. I'm going to show you how the credit algorithm actually calculates your value, and I'm handing you the 3 specific logic glitches that can raise your score by 100 points in 30 days without spending an extra dollar. Let's talk tactics. I'm Leo, no gurus, no dreams. I believe basic logic is the most powerful force in the universe. Let me use basic logic to build your vault. Subscribe and let's get to work. To hack the system, you must first understand the machine. Think of your credit score as a mechanical engine with 5 specific gears. The master gear, 35%, payment history. This is the logic of reliability. If you miss one payment, it's like throwing a handful of sand into the engine. The algorithm panics. To the system, one late payment means you might be heading toward a system crash, bankruptcy. It takes 7 years for that sand to wash out. The power gear, 30%, utilization. This is where 90% of people fail. The system looks at your total credit limit, let's say $10,000, and sees how much you are using. If you use $9,000, the algorithm sees desperation. It assumes you are drowning and need credit to survive. Your score drops like a stone. The sweet spot for logic builders is under 10%, but ideally 1%. The support gears, 35%. Length, mix, and new credit. These are the smaller gears. How long have you been playing the game? Do you have different types of credit? A car, a house, a card? And how many times have you asked for new money recently? The bank wants you to have a good score, around 700, because they want you to keep borrowing at average rates. But we want a perfect score, 740 and above. That is the vault level. At 740, the gravity of debt effectively disappears. I'm going to show you how to manipulate these gears without changing your lifestyle. Here is the first and most powerful hack, the statement date versus due date. Most people think as long as they pay their bill by the due date, their credit score is fine. Logic check, you are wrong. The system doesn't report your balance on the due date. It reports it on the statement closing date, which is usually 21 to 25 days before your payment is due. Imagine you have a $5,000 limit. You spend $4,000 on furniture. You plan to pay it all off on the due date, but on the statement date, the bank looks at your account, sees you using 80% of your credit, and reports that high utilization to the bureaus. Your score drops 50 points even though you paid the full bill 2 weeks later. How to execute. Find your statement closing date on your app. Set a reminder for 3 days before that date. Pay your balance down to 1% of your limit by that day. When the bank sends the report, the algorithm sees a perfect manager who only uses 1% of their resources. Your score will jump instantly. You are using the same money, but you are changing the timing of the logic. Hack 2, the limit expansion stealth move. Utilization is a fraction. Debt divided by limit. Most people try to fix the top number, debt. Logic says, fix the bottom number, limit. Every 6 months, call your bank and ask for a credit limit increase. Do not tell them you want to spend more. Tell them you are consolidating your financial profile. If your limit goes from $5,000 to $10,000, your $1,000 balance instantly drops from 20% utilization to 10%. Your score goes up while you sleep, and you didn't have to pay a cent. Hack 3, the authorized user logic injection. If you are starting at 0, or if your engine is broken, you need a jump start. Find a family member with a 15-year-old credit card and a perfect payment history. Have them add you as an authorized user. You don't even need the physical card. The moment they add you, their 15 years of perfect logic are injected into your file. You inherit their length of credit and their payment history instantly. It is a legal way to piggyback on someone else's discipline. You are using their vault to verify yours. Why do we play this game? Because a high credit score is the ultimate interest rate assassin. Let's look at the cold math of a $400,000 mortgage. If your score is 640, the system sees prey. They might charge you 7.5% interest. Over 30 years, you will pay $606,000 in interest alone. But if your score is 760, the system sees an owner. They give you 6.5%. Your interest drops to $510,000. That 1% difference in your second identity is worth $96,000. By spending 30 days executing these hacks, you didn't just raise a number. You stole back $100,000 from the banking machine. You just bought yourself 4 years of retirement. You cleared the RAM of your debt anxiety. A man with an 800 score doesn't ask for permission. He dictates terms. In the vault, we don't work for the bank. We make the bank's algorithm work for us. Don't let the algorithm rate you. Learn to rate the algorithm. Fix the gears. Hack the timing. Build the vault. The system relies on your ignorance, but now you have the key. I'm Leo. Value every dollar. Unlock the logic. Subscribe to the channel. And let's win the game together. I'll see you inside.